Lilley here from from Journeyman Guitar over in Lafayette. I just wanted to say hello to everyone. That was a song by Eric Clapton. I just kind of played off the cuff. I've been playing for well over 40 years and know how to study records and can teach you how to study different records, different artists for their style and so forth, as well as teaching you the music theory that comes along with whatever your music choices are. I have people that are fans of country, rockabilly, blues, specific, you know, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Once you understand how to use the tools, tuners, capos, etc., you can pretty well know how to do anything. It takes some practice, of course, and some devotion, but I can help you with that, and I can tell you what the priorities are as far as your ability to study things. I don't use tablature because I think that it assumes that people never are going to know what the notes are on the guitar, and I think you do need to know what the notes are. And in all the years that I've been playing in bands and communicating with people, I've never really known any real musicians that use tablature. I don't want to say that you guys can't or shouldn't. I just think you got to make sure you understand that you have to know what the notes are in order to communicate them to someone, particularly when they play another instrument than you do. Like if you're going to have a conversation with someone that plays piano and you're a guitarist, to be able to, you got to know what the notes are in either the scale or the chord you're playing relative to, or else you couldn't get anything done if you're working on something. Well, not everybody's in a band, and some people want to, you know, make a hobby out of playing the guitar, and I think some people, depending on what they're doing, I have people that are lawyers and engineers and professional guys that are successful that realize in their life that maybe they didn't make those choices when they were 15 years old to become a musician and play in bands. But I'll say this, that they also know, after they're successful, got a lot of nice things, etc., that if they don't learn to play an instrument, they're really going to miss something big and profound in their life. I've certainly had a lot of success with these people, and I've also had a lot of success with parents and their kids taking lessons together, assuming that they like the same music. I've had a lot of people that just basically, you know, parents come and sit and audit the classes while their daughter or their son takes the lessons to understand what they're accountable to learn. I think it's rightful for people to expect to get some results. I tend to want to have guys and girls finish songs, and you should be able to play them for somebody, especially the family or their church, or get into a band or play at their school assembly or whatever it is. I tend to think you have to have a focus towards playing for other people, and I think you want to take your goals and learn how to get your guitar to behave for you. You know, it's not without a little bit of direction and instruction from someone knows the ropes, you're going to waste a lot of time out there. And just having the tablature to know where you put your fingers is not nearly enough to understand how to get a guitar to sound good. This guitar that I'm playing came to me for next to nothing. I tend to really like the sound of it. I've had things that were expensive and I've had things that were inexpensive. Sometimes inexpensive things sound fabulous. This one I just particularly like the sound of, and it's not like you have to spend a lot of money to get a guitar that's really worth playing. So in order to dispel certain things, certain myths about it, I would say if you have any inkling to go learn to play the guitar, give me a call and I would be happy to show you and show you what goes on with this, to the point where, you know, once you understand there's a certain amount of memory work, there's a certain amount of, you know, devotion you have to put towards the guitar. Obviously you have to want to play it. I mean, the only thing I can't supply for you is the commitment. But I do know, depending on what you bring to the table, some people are very good at remembering things, some people are not very coordinated. Whatever the issues may be, I can usually figure out how to get someone to do what they need to do that they haven't been doing. I can also say that the satisfaction that you get from being able to play a song, no matter how simple or complex it may be, is just huge. It's not like you have to play a lot of scales and a lot of notes to feel like you're a legitimate player. I mean, God knows people like Bob Dylan have never gotten to be technically all that proficient on the guitar, and he's written more sort of historically important songs than just about anybody out there alive. So it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be, you know, whether it's Neil Young or something that's kind of on the folky side of things, or whether it goes a jazz direction or blues direction, it really doesn't matter. And I'm well versed in all these things. I've had to play lots of different types of music through my life, and I've learned a lot. I've learned how to assimilate music, learn songs quickly. It's really possible to sort of cut this off at the chase and understand what specifically when a journeyman player, when you play with a journeyman player, you can communicate with him and be communicated with. So I called it journeyman guitar because I think just like a journeyman carpenter, you got to know what the tools are, how to recognize them, what to do with them. You got to be able to go right over to them, and at that point it's not time to look at the manual. You got to know what you're doing. So I can get you there. In subsequent weeks, I'm going to show you how to change a string and so forth on this venue right here. So keep posted. I haven't done a lot of video cam stuff before, but I'm going to start. I love to play. I'll play some things for you guys. Got some other things from a few years ago on YouTube as well, mostly blues-based things on acoustic guitar, done in my backyard just because I was just trying to dispel the myth that you have to have an electric guitar to play rock and roll. It's just simply not true. I sure like electric guitars. I'm mostly an electric player, but I tend to do acoustic on these because I think that it's probably more the first things that most people will tend to choose to learn to play, and you can have a lot of fun on acoustic, and you can take it to the beach and camping, etc. So this is Rick Lilley signing off. Hope to hear from you guys soon, and look for some more videos on journeyman guitar. Thanks.